What's going on YouTube, and welcome to another video. If you're new to the channel, I welcome you. Be sure to hit that subscribe button followed by the bell notification so you never miss an upload. And if you're watching this video, hit that like button. It helps me out a lot. I truly appreciate it, and it lets me know that you like these types of videos. So I wanted to give some updates and possible things to look forward to in the upcoming Jeepers Creepers 4 film, Jeepers Creepers Reborn. I did a video previously on the information when it was announced, and I will link that down in the description so you can go check it out after this video, because I'm not going to go too much in depth and sort of reiterate what was in that video, but just sort of give you the new updates and what we know today. So in that previous video though, I did say that it was going to be a new trilogy coming up and would be a sort of reboot. From the information we have today, based on new interviews and just discussions and stuff and, you know, set leaks and things like that, it seems like it's going to be more of a soft reboot than a full-fledged reboot. And so that means we should be getting a couple things from previous movies. One thing we know for sure is we are getting the OG truck, the one from Jeepers Creepers 1. I know they did it in Jeepers Creepers 3, but that was kind of chaos. I think this truck, from the looks of it, is going to be more of what it was in Jeepers Creepers 1, which is just his way to get around as, you know, his sort of human form, so to speak. Now, in Jeepers Creepers 3, that truck was crazy equipped. I mean, that truck, you know, had more kills in that movie than the Creeper himself. So I don't think that that will sort of be what the truck itself is about. I think it's going to be more of what it was in Jeepers Creepers 1. But again, we should get some sort of nostalgia, apparently, besides the truck. Now, one big thing that a lot of people are talking about is if it is going to be a sort of soft reboot, are they going to reboot it? Are they going to include the ending of Jeepers Creepers 2, where the Creeper was pinned up in Taggarts' barn? Now, that is a very big possibility. I personally would love to see that, and I'm sure if you're a Jeepers Creepers fan, you would as well, because that was sort of the cliffhanger. Like, you know, is he coming down? Like, how is he going to escape? You know, you have Taggart, like, just standing there waiting for him to you know, wake up, and he looked all shriveled up and skin and bones, so it kind of made you go, like, is he really dead? Is he not? So I would love to see them incorporate that into this film. You know, the opening sequence sort of be him waking up, and you know, that's how he gets released back into the world. Because we do know that if that is the case, and they do use Taggart's barn, that means this film would be taking place in 2024. Because that was in 2001, and you get every 23rd spring for 23 days. It gets to eat, that whole thing. But a huge question that I have based on the plot and synopsis of this film is it taking place in Halloween? Because the whole idea behind it is that these two main characters, Chase and Lane, go to this horror festival, and it's the first annual festival called the Hound Fest, Horror Hound Fest, and that is sort of, there's hundreds of, you know, sort of horror freaks dressed up in costume at this first annual event. Chase and Lane sort of end up there. Lane has sort of a premonition, and that's sort of what sparks the thing. And it would make a lot of sense as to how the Creeper would be able to blend in. Because think about it, I mean, you're going to have tons of people in costume. If they incorporate Taggart's barn, then it was sort of a, you know, a tourist destination in a way, you know, where people went and paid to see this, you know, Hellbat. So it's possible that there would be people dressed up as the Creeper at this Hellfest, and then the Creeper could kind of, you know, land. He's probably starving. He's probably, you know, a little out of it because he's been asleep for 23 years. And boom, you know, he's sort of taking everything in, maybe seeing, like, other versions of himself, and then starts the, you know, the eating. But the reason I ask if it's in Halloween is because if it is a horror hound fest, it would make sense that it would take place in Halloween, which would sort of completely ruin the original, 23rd spring for 23 days thing, because Halloween wouldn't be spring. So it's very interesting to see if that is really what it takes. Not saying that you can't have, a horror convention, in the springtime, but it just usually, like, when people think of, Halloween, horror, people dressing up, it's around Halloween time or somewhere in that area. But it's just something that I kind of wanted to, address and kind of keep an eye out for. Now, as far as Trisha goes, this isn't any confirmed, this isn't anything like that. This is just something that I personally hope for and would love to see. It hasn't been confirmed or denied, but I would love to incorporate Trisha, especially if it's a soft reboot. If they are taking things from previous, films or whatever, then I would love to see Trisha, because that was probably my favorite part in Jeepers Creepers 3. I don't know how you felt about Jeepers Creepers 3. Let me know in the comments. But me personally, for a B-budget film, I thought it was okay. I didn't have high expectations, it being released on Sci-Fi, but I thought it could have been better. I always wanted an origin story, and that's what I'm really hoping they do in this trilogy, is that we get, a good backstory. Even like, what is it, the graphic novel? Like, there's so much information that they could use to incorporate into these trilogies coming up. But I personally would love to see Trisha back into this upcoming film. That ending in part 3 was a highlight, where she's like, and I'm coming for you type thing. Like, it would be awesome if, we had Chase and Lane, running off, the creepers just at a eating buffet, because you have hundreds of people there for him to just pick off. And it's just chaos, madness, and Chase and Lane run into whatever it is, maybe police scanners are going off, and Trisha's got a police scanner, and she hears, there's something going on at this festival, and boom, she's there. She's the one to kind of go toe to toe and save Chase and Lane and take on the creeper. To me, that would be awesome, and I would love that. But as of right now, that is sort of what we have at this time. Again, go check out the previous video. It's linked down in the description. Now, I could speculate and give a bunch of stuff. There's a ton of information on the internet and people discussing what is and what isn't. But there hasn't been really much concrete information yet. So I didn't want to give you too much speculation. I just kind of wanted to give you a couple theories and ideas that I had, as well as information that has been released that is, somewhat confirmed, or as confirmed as we'll get at this time. But as always, join the discussion, leave a comment, let me know what you think, if you're excited for this film, if you're not, and don't forget to like the video. It helps me out a lot. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.